Guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys making some time out of your day to swing by and watch the video. It's always very grateful for that. Never take that for granted. So much appreciated. Guys, today we are going to be talking about how, and I'm going to give you guys some examples about how forward-facing sonar has dramatically impacted the co-angler interest in the tournaments out there. We've had several tournaments already starting this year. Co-angler participation is in the toilet right now, and we're going to talk about that, how it's connected to a forward-facing sonar, have a little commentary on that, and also be glad to get your guys' feedback and opinion on that as well. Also, guys, before we get started, the dreaded daily housekeeping tips that you guys have to endure every day. Just wanted to let you guys know that we set up a Patreon account with all my YouTube channels out there. If you guys are interested in supporting the channels and giving back, using that Patreon is a good way to do it. And also all of our tackle warehouse links, Silverback links that are in the description, using those links for your fishing tackle purchases is a great way to support the channel. And a little tip here, pick you up at Tackle Warehouse some of these Megabass Super Z3 crankbaits in the crawdad pattern. They are biting them like crazy right now. If you've got water temperatures in the 40s and 50s, Super Z3, Tackle Warehouse, get you a couple of them. Okay guys, this is something I've been wanting to do this video for a long time because I knew it was coming. And the reason I knew it was coming was over the past year and a half or so, guys, I have gotten, and I've lost count of how many messages, private messages, comments and everything I have that they say, I am done fishing co-angler. I am not going to sit in the back of the boat and watch some guy stare at a live scope screen all day long while I'm out here fishing out in no man's land out there. They don't like it, they hate it, they gripe about it. I've talked to people at the tournaments. This guy, I got drawed with the damn live scoper today, and it was the worst day of my life, and I'm never gonna fish another tournament as long as I draw a live scoper out. I've heard it over and over again. So, you know what happened last week? Bassmaster Open at Lake Ouachita. 200 pros in the tournament, 200 boaters, 66 co-anglers, guys, signed up for that tournament. And what even makes this more remarkable is co-angler participation is usually always higher in the first half of the season. Everybody's all gung-ho about the new season and want to get, started out and everything. And you usually have your biggest participation during the first few tournaments of the year. 66 dudes out of 200. That means there was almost 140 pros that were without a partner in that particular tournament, which is another story we'll get into there. So anyway, if I was Bassmaster and I own Bassmaster and I saw that, I would call every freaking employee into the office and say, guys, we can no longer stick our head in the sand about this. Forward-facing sonar is impacting our pocketbook. We saw it at Lake Ouachita. And you know how? When those tournaments get set up with these communities out there, most of the communities, the Chamber of Commerce or whatever, they will pay to have tournaments brought into their community because of the economic stimulus that, hundreds of people coming into the town will bring to the town. But in this particular case down at Lake Ouachita, there was 140 people that didn't show up, that should have showed up, that probably would have showed up if there was non-forward-facing sonar allowed in the tournament. So look at the economic impact. You say that the average co-angler that drove down to that tournament, stayed for a week or whatever, they're going to spend probably $1,500. So multiply 140 people times $1,500. That was the economic impact that was lost at Lake Ouachita due to the fact that Bassmaster allows forward-facing sonar to be legal. So if you don't have, if all the other 50 reasons that I've given you guys why forward-facing sonar is destroying the sport and is terrible for the sport, when it starts affecting their pocketbook, maybe they're going to take notice of that. And this is just the start of it, guys, because I'm telling you right now, co-anglers do not want any part of it. And you're going to see this more and more because it's just been the past year and a half that we've seen this total domination of forward-facing sonar. Prior to 2 years ago, there was actually some guys out there that actually real bass fished occasionally out there. But now 99% of the people are staring down at a computer screen all day long, and they've got their co-anglers hanging out there in the back of nowhere. They can't learn anything. They can't catch any fish. They're just sitting back there. They don't want to do it. And Lake Ouachita was a prime example that they're not going to do it. They're not going to put up with that crap. And it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, the co-angler participation. Now let's forward to the tournament that I just got done fishing. I just got done fishing the BFL Ozark division at Table Rock Lake. I got paired up with another boater, guys, because they did not have enough co-anglers in that tournament. Number one, it's not my responsibility for them to find somebody to fish with me out there. If they want to set up a boater co-angler situation in the BFL tournaments out there, it's the organization's responsibility to make sure that there's enough co-anglers with the pros. There should never be a boater on boater put on like I was out there. If anything, they should do what the Bassmaster Opens do. Let them go out by themselves. It wasn't fair to me. It wasn't fair to the other boater that drew me. It wasn't fair to everybody else that was in that situation out there that was put boater on boater. People say, well, Randy, quit whining and complaining. You tell me that you wouldn't whine and complain too. It's like if you got, most of the field out there that is in a co-angler pro situation where they're co-anglers in the back of the boat, they don't have any impact on your fishing during the day. And then you got people like myself and my boater that I was paired with that we have to deal with each other all day long, and we have to share the water and all this type of stuff. It's not fair. It's not right. And yet forward-facing Sonar put MLF and Bassmaster in the position to do that. Now, you're going to see this year have a huge impact because, like I said before, it played an impact last year, and last year is what got a sour taste in everybody's mouth because prior to 2023, like I said, there was more people just traditional bass fishing, but 2023 saw an evolution of the complete domination of live scope on every level of tournament competition. So what you're going to have now is all the disgruntled people, the disgruntled co-anglers from 2023, they have made a decision in 2024 that they're not going to put up with it. They don't want it. It has no place in tournament fishing. So anyway, MLF and Bassmaster, if you guys want to pass this video along to them, do that, because I'm telling you guys right now, it ain't worth it. You guys are undermining your own success in the long run by just not putting a limitation and saying forward-facing sonar will not be allowed in tournament competition. You guys can use it in practice. You guys can use it as your crutch on fishing for fun. You guys can use it as your umbilical cord fishing for fun, but it will not be allowed in competition days out there. And if you do that, then all the electronic companies are still going to make all their money off the fishermen like they're doing right now, but it's not going to have as much of an impact on your co-angler participation or the tournament success on there. People are going to actually have to go out and know how to find a fish. You're not going to be one of those guys that can't do anything except live scope, which there's getting to be a lot of them out there that's all they can do. They're going to actually have to go out there and do some real bass fishing. They're going to actually have to go out there and understand seasonal movements and patterns and all the intricacies of what real bass fishing is instead of staring down at a dang video game all day long. So anyway, maybe I've always said before, it's like the only thing that's going to change their mind is when their pocketbook gets affected. So when you start promoting the fact that we're coming to a tournament, and you want your Chamber of Commerce money for subsidizing to get that tournament there, and you can't pull in hardly any co-anglers, so you got a reduction of hundreds of thousands of dollars in the potential income that's going to come into that community, all because of forward-facing sonar, no other reason besides that, then maybe that will stimulate the organizations to do the right thing. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. We'll check in later, guys. Bye.